3 days underground, and the danger has gone quiet. No claws at the door, no horde in the corridor. Only dust, distance, and the kind of stillness that wears a company thin. So when the fire is lit and the spirits come out, the night almost feels kind. Almost. Because the songs will end, the embers will fade, and something in the dark is listening. Welcome back to the Dark Razor Chronicles streamcast. This is Season 6, Episode 10, The Seeing Salts. After days of travel through the underway, the company finds something they have not had in a long time: routine. The corridors stretch on, the camps repeat. The danger remains possible, but not immediate. And sometimes that kind of silence can be its own burden. I'm Mike Carmel, and this is the Dark Razor Chronicles streamcast.
Cullen, Avon. Sherelle lets out a burst of stifled laughter. I blink and sit up, just in time to catch her cupping a hand over her mouth. Her cheeks are flushed, eyes wide and full of amusement. The buckle light has been brightened for conversation. Sean and Farthen are grinning now, barely holding it in. Dagar sits near the fire pit, hunched low and practically vibrating with delight. His tail flicks wildly, and I swear he's making noises like he's got a squirrel stuffed in his mouth. I turn to Care, and a barely contained laugh wells up within me. His face, his entire face, has been drawn on in ash. A thick, pointed beard curves down from his chin, paired with a coiling, waxy-looking mustache. His eyebrows are dark, enormous, curling up toward his temples like devil's horns. The ash is so clean, so deliberate, it almost looks inked. I press my fist to my mouth and try to contain the laugh building in my chest. Care frowns. His eyes sweep over us, confused, annoyed, unaware. Sean cracks first, snorting hard and turning his head. Farthen doubles over silently, his shoulders shaking. Sherelle coughs, trying to bury her giggles. Even Dagar lets out a breathy wheeze that sounds suspiciously like
masterpiece.
I stare at Care, still trying to keep my face straight. That's what Dagar was doing. Care catches on, sees what we all see, and wipes his hand across his face. Now he's black with soot up to his cheeks and forehead. That does it. Everyone breaks. Farthen howls. Sherelle leans into my arm, shaking. Even Sean's snorting laughter echoes off the wood and metal walls. Care looks down at his sooty hand, clearly distressed, then slowly composes himself.
"Oh,"
he says, flat, cold. Care stands. For a moment, I'm sure he's going to explode. He leans over Dagar, who immediately stops pointing. Care surveys the floor. Ash, tracks, evidence everywhere. Dagar's grin is all teeth now. Too many teeth. Human-like and devious. Care folds his hands behind his back, posture military straight, and looks at us one by one.
"A hazing, is it?"
He asks.
"Fine. A good joke is tradition. In the army, we do worse to new recruits, but there's a time and place."
He pauses.
"Now you've had yours.
A beat.
Don't do it again."
Then he nods, to Dagar of all people. And that's it. No yelling, no gritted fury, no punishment. Just an oddly measured response. Too measured. When we break camp, I curse myself for not checking the southern passage before Care sealed it off last night. Turns out there's an alcove, just like the soot-filled one before, but this one's stocked with wood. A fire would have been a blessing. Hot food, warm tea, maybe even a better night's rest. Care says nothing. He used the first water closet we passed to cleanse his face of ash and hasn't brought it up again. We passed 3 more exits today. None of us dare test them. Why would we? The underway's treating us well. We're making good time, and we've got enough food to last another 4 days, maybe more. By the 3rd day, little has changed. The underway remains a smooth, endless stretch of stone and graph iron, broken occasionally by clusters of rooms and water closets. Early on the 2nd day, we crossed 2 more bridges, both marked Cooling Ring number 41. Another rest stop, another stockpile of wood. But the chimney there was so choked with soot we'd have smoked ourselves out trying to light anything. The corridor shifts between stone and graph iron without warning. Doesn't matter. The walk remains easy. At the next campsite, the walls are graph iron again, and luck's on our side. This chimney, though partially blocked, has enough airflow. The wood here would last weeks.
How many days to Victoria? I ask. Care gives it some thought.
Never taken this direct a route. Maybe 7 days to Rivet, then another 3.5, to reach the shores of Victoria. If the tunnel holds, it would be another 1.5 days to Silandria. Otherwise, we'll divert at Lothbrook and take a ship.
A groan escapes me. 10 days of this?
Oh, have heart, lad.
Farthen says, clapping his hands together.
You've got no call to despair until you've spent 9 months in the Lothbrook mines.
9 months underground? Yeek. He's right. We start setting up camp, spread out the gear. Surprisingly, it's Care who starts laying the fire.
We'll have hot drinks tonight at least,
He says, glancing my way. Maybe it's meant to soften the blow of that 10-day estimate. It helps. The fire's small and smoky, chimney fighting to pull the air. Still, the glow is comforting. We settle on our bedrolls, bowls of rations in hand. Surprisingly, I'm not sick of the food yet. The elves packed plenty of variety. Farthen clears his throat.
My friends, tonight I share a family tradition. A drink my father made for me. One I'd have passed to my son. But tonight, I share it with you.
He pulls the stopper from a small skin. I expect Care to object, but he doesn't. Maybe the long, quiet stretch of travel has dulled his usual military edge. Farthen raises the skin.
Tradition says I take the first sip, then invite you all to partake.
His first sip is more of a gulp, then another, and another.
Oh, it's got bite.
He coughs, a bit of liquid trickling down his beard.
Here you go, boy.
He says, rising and handing me the skin. I eye it warily. Spirits were never my thing. But there's something in his voice, something worn and fatherly, that makes it hard to refuse. The first swallow's smooth, almost cold. The taste is like weak vinegar laced with spice and sea salt. Then comes the pinch. I gasp, then choke as the fumes flood my lungs. My throat burns, eyes water. It's really strong, I wheeze.
Is it? Breathe out after a swig. Keeps the fumes at bay.
He slaps my shoulder and heads back to his bedroll. Still coughing, I wipe the tears from my eyes and take another swig. Why not? The burn's brutal, but the flavor's oddly addicting.
Ahem.
Dagar says, eyeing the skin. This time, I remember to exhale before drinking. The warmth flows through me differently, less violent, still potent. A curl of heat climbs my throat as the cool air hits my lungs again.
I hold the skin down to Dagar, blinking away tears. Care hisses with disapproval. Before Dagar can drink, I intervene. Maybe we should get you a cup. This might be a bit much. Dagar's forehead scrunches. He puts 2 paws on his hips, a perfect mimic of my mother when I was being particularly foolish. I laugh despite myself. Oh, suck on it, I say, handing him the skin. Farthen laughs too.
You show 'em, Shinbo. You three-eyed... Fargatal. I've used that one.
Dagar grabs the nozzle with both front paws and latches on. He starts drinking like a straw is involved. 1, 2. That's enough. His eyes bulge like soup spoons.
Oh, that's good!
He says, licking his lips.
A real kick in the whiskers.
He shivers violently and lets out a squeal somewhere between a rat and a tea kettle. You all right? I ask, smile fading. He nods, eyes wide. Try sipping next time, I offer.
I don't think I can sip. No lips, see?
He points at his lips. Ignoring him, I pass the skin to Sherelle. She takes it slowly, eyes cautious. Probably thinking of her carefree drinking night in La Rose. I give her a look, trying to silently say this isn't beer. She smiles faintly, then lifts the skin. I can see her mentally rehearsing inhales, mental swigs, exhale, and again, like she's got the process down. Then exhales, swigs, inhales. She gets it exactly backwards. Coughs explode from her as a spray of spirits arcs into the fire. Whoosh! A burst of flame leaps up. Her face flushes crimson as she struggles to breathe. I snatch the skin from her hands, more about rescuing Farthen's precious drink rather than her recovery. Farthen is howling. He slaps his knee repeatedly, tears rolling down his face. But Sean's halfway off his bed, ready to leap in to help. To his credit, he hesitates, waits, watches.
Oh dear, you never were one for a swig.
That catches me. Dia. So they have shared drinks before. She's never said much about him, but clearly there's a history. It's oddly comforting. Sean crouches beside her now, one hand hovering near her shoulder, face taut with concern.
I'm fine, Sean. Take your turn.
He nods, takes the skin from me, and sits. One swig, one long breath. He passes it on without a word, but the nod says enough. Care accepts the skin next, takes a swig, closes his eyes, breathes out slow, turning his head. Then, to my surprise, he takes another.
It's salts.
He says, soft and distant.
Aye,
Farthen replies, his tone reverent.
the seeing salts.
Care chuckles, shakes his head.
Well, what's done is done.
He drinks again and hands it back to Farthen.
Good lad.
Farthen says with a nod, clearly pleased. Care leans back, a rare smile tugging at his mouth.
I suppose we all need a night off.
I couldn't agree more. We've walked 3 days without signs of life. No movement, no threat. Just corridors, echoes, dust. That silence, that constant anticipation, has worn us thin. Farthen takes another swig, slumping against the wall. His words are beginning to slide.
I love the salts. Pleasant and potent. Clears the head. Brings dreams.
And fills one with song.
Care adds, surprising us all. Then he begins to sing. Elfin, mournful, beautiful. The words glide, one into the next, like water over river stones. It's a tale, a rise and fall.
A people growing in wisdom, then faltering. Greed, corruption, ruin. I don't know if it's fiction or history, but it feels true. Maybe it is the story of the ancients. Farthen interrupts with a grumble.
Pretty enough. The elves never knew how to drink proper. Let me show you dwarven song.
He barrels into a melody that's half shouting, half brawling. His voice rolls like boots on stone. The song is lewd, loud, and hilarious. It's about a tavern fight turned love affair, ending with someone's trousers being set alight. We lose it. Even Care grins. He follows up with a second and a third, each worse or better than the last. Sean joins in next. Starts with The Barkeep's Daughter. I know it. I even sing a verse. Sherelle claps along. Then I start All Around the Table, a song meant to twist with every turn, each verse worse than the one before, each singer forced to spin the story further. Farthen's verse is outright scandalous. Dagar's? It's about the mischief he caused in a privy. The rhyme makes no sense. The verse is too long. He finishes with a farting noise so realistic, Sherelle nearly spits her water.
Well done, Shinbo, you blight in the garden.
Farthen crows, wiping his eyes. We sing on. More songs, new ones, old ones. I catch glimpses of Sherelle smiling, really smiling. Her voice joins in with strength and grace. She's got a lovely tone, light, controlled, which is odd to me, because she had given me the impression that she had never sung, at least in public. And then, without warning, she starts to sing alone. No prompt, no lead-in. A ballad, soft, pure. Her voice melts the room. A love story between gods, seduction, joy, then tragedy. The beauty of it, the truth in it, makes my skin rise in gooseflesh. Her voice is so clear, so powerful, it burrows under my skin. By the end, there's silence. I feel tears at the corners of my eyes. I'm not the only one. Farthen wipes his face with a heavy hand. Care clears his throat.
I've never heard that song. It was about Sias, wasn't it? The goddess, Corbin's wife.
Sherelle nods, says nothing.
It was very beautiful.
Care murmurs, then looks away, almost like he regrets speaking. Sherelle sniffles and lays down slowly, resting her head on my lap. I don't move. I can't. There's a warm hum in my chest from the salts and the singing. I slump back, my hand on her shoulder, fingers sometimes tracing strands of her hair. I must have drifted. I open my eyes to darkness. The fire's down to embers, and my vision is awash in hues of orange. Night vision. But something's wrong. I didn't wake on my own. Something woke me. I lie still, feel Sherelle's breath, slow and steady, her back against my chest, her hands curled beneath her head. Then I hear it. Wooden boxes tumbling. Distant. North door. I rise up on one elbow, tap Sherelle. She stirs, groggy. Across the room, Care is up. So is Farthen. Sean jolts awake, eyes wide. Another sound, louder. South door. I slide my buckle open. The soft, syrupy glow spills into the room. It stings at first, too bright, but I force my eyes to adjust. We all rise. I move to the north door. I press my ear against it. A pound. The whole door shakes. Wood groans. Dust slips through cracks in soft showers. The noise stops.
Only our breathing remains. We turn toward the south door. Scratch. Long, slow, the sound of nails on wood. Care backs away. Claws. I picture claws. We're surrounded. No one speaks. We all listen. Silence. I reach not for the razor, but for the sunstone. Open the pouch, lift it into my palm. Night black. But there, dead center, is Luna, a silver disk, perfectly full. That's wrong. Farthen said nothing of moons, only day, only color. But this is intentional. I stare, can't look away. Then, a howl. Long, piercing, too close. My stomach turns. A gasp escapes us all. Sherelle is up, drawing her sword. I follow. The razor sings as it leaves its sheath, a clear, vibrant hum that fills the space and draws every gaze. They all follow suit. Care, Sean, Farthen, weapons unsheathed, stances set. Then another howl. From the south, louder, nearer. It's an answer. Then it begins. Pounding, snarling, growling. The doors shake violently. The makeshift walls flex. Boards creak and shift. Dust fills the air. We're out of time. I don't wait. Never wait. That was Da's teaching. Grandad's too. If they mean to kill us, there's no dishonor in the first strike. I thrust the razor through the jam, feel it pierce something solid. A yelp, a howl. I withdraw. Smoke curls from the tip. Care bellows something I can't hear over the noise. I see him move to the other door, following my lead. Strike after strike. His blade hammers through narrow gaps, targeting unseen beasts on the other side. But they learn quickly. Shift, sidestep. They adapt. Sherelle chants, her voice deep, rhythmic, a cadence of war. Then, the wall before me cracks. A board snaps, crashes inward. A claw, thick, black-furred, massive. I don't think. I hack. The razor doesn't slice cleanly, but the injured limb jerks back with a guttural snarl. Wood cracks louder now, from both sides. A howl of triumph echoes around us, shrill and awful. I see their eyes, glimmering yellow, catching the light from my belt buckle like fire in the fog. Farthen swearing. Has been, I think. Only now do I truly hear him, each curse hammering in rhythm with the pulse pounding in my ears. I stab, hack, anything that moves. Great hairy hands grope for purchase, tearing at boards, yanking them free. The razor bites fingers and claws, sending some tumbling back with shrieks, but more come, always more. Another board rips free, then another. A thick arm muscles its way through the opening, and then, dagger leaps past me with a shrill cry.
Aye!
Kires wrapped tight in his tail like a dagger ready to strike. Through the gap, he vanishes into the dark beyond. More breaking, behind me now. The other wall's going too. I hack downward, catch a werewolf across the head. The razor thunks against bone. The beast jerks upward, nearly tearing the blade from my hands. I wrest it back, swing again. The hole in the barricade is wide now, almost a meter across at the top. Not enough for them to climb through with ease, but they're trying, shoving, piling, growling. There must be 6, 7 more. I can't tell. Each time I strike, it's a new face, a new snarl. Sherelle's voice pierces the chaos.
Duas manu ignis.
The air thickens.
I feel it in my skin, like threads pulling, hair rising, tension gathering in every fiber. It reminds me of the strange cleansing feel in the water closet, mild, invasive, curious, not painful, but impossible to ignore. Magic seeks, but here, deep in the bones of the world, it struggles for fuel. No forest, no life. The flame answers anyway. A small orb of fire bursts to life above her hand and streaks forward, misses the head of the beast at the hole, but slams into the one behind it. Boom. Flames spit back into the room. Sparks scatter like angry insects. The front beast roars. Fire clings to its fur. Another flame ball bursts against the far corridor wall, and the fire washes back. Then, a scream. Dagger. The fire fades, but I don't. I press forward, weakened but wild. The beasts still crash forward, howling, biting, ramming the barricade like battering rams made of flesh and rage. Dagger! I scream over and over. No answer. A furry head lunges through. I thrust the razor through its eye, pull it free. Another steps over the body. I don't stop. I go for throats, joints. Farthen appears at my side, a thunderous cry in his lungs. His axe slams down on a beast mid-step, cleaving into its chest. It stumbles backward, gurgling. He yanks the blade free and spins, striking for the south wall. Behind me, Sherelle cries out. I turn, see her stumble. No time. I move to cover her, but something yanks me backwards. Hard. The world tips. My stomach lurches. Gray fur, massive hands, fangs flashing above me. I fall. Land on my back hard enough to knock the breath from my lungs. My heart screams. The razor jerks up. I stab wildly, but I have no room, no leverage. I swing low, legs, hips, anywhere. Pain. Sharp. Left arm. I look down. A clawed hand grips me tight, sinking through shirt and skin, tearing. Blood gushes between its fingers. I cry out and hack at it, but the razor strikes something above me. Another arm, a rib, bone, and bounces off. Jolting upright, I'm drenched in fear, mind scrambling. My skin tingles, every nerve alight as Tanana's words echo. We are coming. You will join him. If not by choice, then by violence. She'd spat it. I've never seen her like that. Not in any of the dozen times she's come to me in dreams. 4 nights back, in Etherson's lair, she started to warn me. Each night since, she's grown more desperate. Stranger still, each time she appeared, she was more injured, mangled than before. Cuts, bruises, torn skin she wore like shame. So unlike her. I'm used to the pride she walks with, not this rawness. She's being punished, that's all I can figure, for failing to claim me. Though how one claims another through dreams, I don't know. Still, guilt lingers, because deep down I know something has taken hold of me. It isn't surrender. I haven't yielded. I don't want what she offers. But something inside is shifting, has shifted. My night vision proves that. So does the constant unrest, the sudden itch for violence. Even the thrill of testing myself, like dropping from that perch in Direwood. Twice. I lean against the cold wall, trying to shake the remnants of the nightmare. Sherelle's head rests on my lap, knees tucked in on the pallet.
My arm drapes across hers, hand fall into her chest. My heart still hammers from the dream. Behind me, Dagar shifts. I'd thought I lost him in the dream. His squeal filled with pain, then nothing. Silence. It crushed me. Then the rest fell. Shirael struggling on the floor while Farthen was torn apart. Sean leapt in to help her, only to vanish beneath a pile of 3 attackers. Care, his fall I never saw. But his sword clattered into view, slick with blood from hilt to tip. And then the teeth found me, tore through my gut. I felt it all, every scream, every tear of flesh. Tanana was right. They came, and it was violent. We'll have words tonight.
Shirael shifts, and I realize my hand is, well, cupping her chest. I pull back quick, heart skipping, not wanting her to get the wrong idea. When she doesn't stir, I let my hand fall gently to her waist instead. A yearning stirs, unwelcome, inconvenient. I shift, uncomfortable. Still, she sleeps. Good. I don't want to explain anything right now. I close my eyes, try to drift, but the dream won't leave me. Tonana won't leave me, and neither will this odd sense growing in my chest. I wait for the others to wake. Farthen rises first, doesn't look my way, probably figures I'm asleep. He digs through his pack, pulls out a cup, fills it with water. Then, to my surprise, he holds one hand beneath the cup. A faint glow forms. I sit still, watching. Steam curls from the rim moments later. He lowers his hand and sets a bat of tea into it with all the care in the world. I shift slightly, watching him. He glances over and smiles. I nod back. He acts like it's nothing, like I didn't just see him summon heat from his bare hand. I think back. Did Shirael mention this?
Yes, fire and dwarves, just like she said.
I breathe deep and stretch, disturbing Shirael just enough to slide out from under her head.
Once I'm free, I stretch again and ease down beside Farthen. Farthen, I whisper, careful not to wake the others. That thing you just did, heating your water. Tell me about it. He gives me a curious look. I know I'm supposed to know everything. Sean's version of a first Parthis paints me like a walking answer book, but I want to hear it from you. Farthen shrugs, but keeps that wary look.
First Parthis, it's the spark, the flame of the garden. Elves have trees, dwarves have fire, and one day humans will have land. The Novi Mundi. The Circle's plan to inspire the garden with peace and prosperity. A world living in harmony.
Thank you, I say, touching his arm. His expression presses for more, so I add, there's much I'll tell you, one day. Maybe then I won't seem so strange. But first, I need to know things, confirm things. When the time's right, I'll share. I start to pull away, but he stops me with a firm grip.
Lad, questions like that don't exactly make your title stronger. They make folk question it. I'll keep it quiet, but maybe come to me next time instead of Sean or Care, eh?
Not sure I'm surprised, but I am grateful. Farthen has every reason to hate the Avens. Care certainly did, or does. But even Care, I sense, is easing up. Farthen, though? His wife was murdered, and Care said it was by the hand of an Aven. I'll need to ask, just not here, not now. I nod my thanks. I want to trust Farthen. He's the only one of us left who swore the original oath, the only one actually there. That's got to mean something.
I have to believe in his honor. Farthen. How well did you know Sherelle?
Season 6, Episode 10. What begins to take shape here is momentum, not just movement through the tunnels, but a steady tightening of pressure. The path forward is becoming more defined, but not necessarily safer. Decisions are being made faster now, less discussion, more trust placed in structure, in rank, in roles that are still not fully understood. And underneath it, something continues to build, quietly, persistently. If you're following the story closely, this is where the journey starts to feel less like exploration and more like commitment. If you haven't already, make sure you're following the show so you don't miss what comes next.